Matrix my Deuce here. I'm back with this is my final verdict for the spring update or the May 26th update patch for Battlefield 4, and this is on current gen, of course. And I don't know about next gen, but current gen it's weird. It made the game weirder than it was before. At first, like, ignore anything I said when I was with people because I was focused on gameplay. I was focusing on playing the game and performing well. I wasn't looking at it from a logical standpoint. And I really wasn't putting my clear observations up because I haven't attempted and tried and toyed with everything, every little snippet, every little gadget and whatnot, right? And we're going to go in depth into this right now. And this is going to be like a 30-minute video, or at least close to that. Now, first of all, let's look at the tracers, right? I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna respawn. Actually, I'm gonna go to the scout helicopter. I'm pretty sure it's a scout helicopter. The Venom, right? I'm gonna go to the Venom, and I'm going to look at the minigun. I'm gonna fly over there. I'm gonna go where the targets are, and I'm gonna do tinker with the minigun, so to speak. And I want you to pay attention to this and how much this looks like Star Wars, like I'm playing Battlefront or something. It's unrealistic. It's ridiculous, right? You probably already noticed it, but yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Not very good with the helicopter, mind you. There we go. Oh, it's not the same with the helicopter. Fuck it then. That's weird. I can't even see it. Well, I guess I would have to pay a public match or something. But the point is that the tracers, you probably already noticed it, but the tracers look like Star Wars. It looks like you're shooting lasers, right? In real life, what a tracer round is, in case you didn't know that, it's phosphorus on the back of the bullet. It's white phosphorus. Is a chemical compound that ignites when exposed to oxygen. When you fire this round, it doesn't ignite from the muzzle, right? It doesn't ignite the second the bullet, the phosphorus or the tracer compound or the bullet on the bullet. The projectile does ignite right when it comes out of the muzzle. It has to fly ever so many yards. It has to travel ever so many yards and have oxygen pass over it to ignite it and cause that reaction before it actually starts to glow and starts to burn, right? Yeah, that's what you see. The tracer. The point of the tracers is for you to allow you to track, see where your rounds are going and whatnot, right? That's the whole point, right? And it was kind of overdid in this situation, right? They ignite the second you fire a gun. I see what they were doing. They were trying to do really trying to do a lot of good, right? They were trying to do good and allow you to see where you hit it, right? And from that point of view, it really is helpful, right? But it's so ridiculously, they're so powerful, and they're like the tracer you see is so long. It's like you're shooting a laser. It's insane. It's like you're shooting lasers at people, right? It's not like you're shooting bullets or tracer rounds. It's like you're shooting lasers. And the thing about it is it gives away your position, right? Because they're so straight and they're coming dead from the muzzle. You can see them there. Just right there. I'm going to go inside a building. Let me message him. Let me tell him. Thank you, Killzone. And back to review. The point I was trying to make is it's just so it's so it's just ridiculous. You have to see it. It's just like you probably already seen it if you watched the previous videos, but the point is it's so ridiculous. It's so insanely unrealistic. It's like I'm playing Battlefront, right? Battlefield Front 4. Look at that. It's like, first of all, it's as if they're coming out of my shoulder. Secondly, they're igniting like almost, like secondly come out of the barrel, right? They're hot and they're flying, right? It's damn near like lasers, like I said. and like you probably seen it, but like go like play it locker on hardcore, Operation Locker or Conquest or Operation Metro, and you'll see in those intense firefights, just cast yourself away and just observe the firefight, observe the bullets flying. It'll look like lasers. It'll look like you're playing Star Wars or watching like one of the Star Wars movies where the clones fight, and the stormtroopers and the clones fight. It's just the Clone Wars. Like it's absolutely insane. It's just like it's surreal. It doesn't even. I know it's a game, but this is like it's not right. The point is, and it's just like it's kind of it was disorienting at first, and then it was kind of amusing at first. It was cool, and then after a while, you just have to realize that like the whole like you can have a suppressor on your gun, but tracer round gives you away, not the actual gunshot, right? And the whole what's the point of going silent, going stealthy, right? It's just like it just defeats the purpose, right? It's just ridiculous, right? Okay. Let's get into the a lot of people. Another thing, a lot of people have been saying particular weapons like INRV optics are fixed. I tried to use. I'm gonna switch to a gun that I have maxed, the M1A4. I mean the M4A1, or just the M4 rather. Sorry, I'm gonna go to the M4, right? And pick out the mortar. I'm gonna pick up the UCAV, right? And they derped these weapons pretty much, right? Can't put out the UCAV. It's not there. And this is I'm pretty sure for both next gen and current gen, right? It's like it's where is it? Where is it? It's as if it's a wait time for it, like a timer doesn't want you killing yourself to spam them, right? It's just what it's like, right? And no mortar. I'm just sitting here. I have to hide to be able to actually deploy the mortar and get those snipers up there. It's as if it's almost like it's encouraging camping, right? Like colliness, right? Another thing is they modified a lot of the maps. There it is, right? They modified a lot of the maps and took things off like staircases and ladders to discourage sniping, going up the vantage points and using marksmanship to dispatch the enemy and win, right? To win the battle, right? And it's like it's encouraging us to go into firefights, the close quarters firefights like Call of Duty, right? It's taking the aspect of marksmanship out. It removes the need for snipers and ranged weapons almost, and team deathmatch, right? Only way you really need them, if you want to use them, you have to play Conquest. That's what it's doing, right? That's what's kind of forcing. And another thing, they buffed a lot of the weapons, and it just seems they change weapons every patch. They buff things and they derp other things. They nerf and derp other things, right? Everyone knows what a nerf gun is. They make them useless, is the point, right? And I can't say any guns off the top of off of the tip of my tongue right this moment, but I'll probably think of something, right? And another thing they did was I went to PLD. I'm pretty sure is what it's called. It's a gadget for the PLD. It's a gadget for everyone knows what this is. A gadget for the recon class, right? It is basically Nox, right? Binos, right? A lot of people say they're useless for over 90 meters. I'm not sure. Yeah, that thingamabobber is 300 meters, right? And they were effective from 300 meters inward, right? That was their maximum range. That's the maximum range they can highlight something in infrared, right? And this was like MVG to me, but yeah, that was the maximum range they can highlight things in infrared, right? And a lot of people were complaining about how he derped them. I really wasn't much of a fan of them in the first place because it kind of made it too easy to snipe, right? Like, not necessarily too easy, but it made it a little easier to snipe for most people, right? Because it's in infrared, right? It highlights enemies, right? And it makes it a little easier to do that, right? The snipe can spot them, or it highlights them. You know where they are momentarily, and you can switch to your rifle and dispatch the enemy, right? That's the point, right? That's what people would do, right? And I really wasn't a fan of them because I can visually pick out things. I'm good at spotting the difference, doing that kind of mind tricks and whatnot. I'm good at doing those kind of things very fast, right? So I can easily spot a guy like 200 or 300 in-game meters away and try to kill him, right? And that seems a little accurate. It's 194. It seems like it's still range. There was someone complaining that like 30 meters was the maximum. I don't know about that, but whatever. But a lot of people complaining about they broke them, and then they supposedly not buff, they supposedly fix the night vision goggles and so on, right? Not goggles, night vision optics and the NVG optics and FLIR optics and whatnot, right? They supposedly fix these things, right? And improve them. And that's what the patch says, right? But everyone's saying they're broken, they're worse, they worse. Another thing, the law is supposed to be broken. As far as the tracking goes, a lot of people complaining about them. You trying to shoot at target and it doesn't track. First of all, a lot of people said they broke the straw. They derped the straw, the law, the MBT law, the MK153. No, the FMG 172 straw, and I think the Stinger or something. It's only a couple of them, so maybe they broke all of them. I don't know. The point is, a lot of people were saying when you try to, I'm gonna demonstrate and see if this is the case. Didn't have any problem there, but a lot of people were saying, in the comments that when you try to lock onto one, it circles around them, right? And then flares are ineffective now from when you get locked on in a helicopter or jets and whatnot, right? Excuse me, I don't know about that, but that's what people seem to think. Maybe that's for next gen. I don't know. I didn't see any effect there, but yeah, another problem. Not another problem, but another issue I see that this gun, if you want to use this, you can go ahead and this gun, the P90, the FNP90 is buffed, right? This thing is omnipotent. It's God mode, right? Not God mode, but this is a really good weapon now. It's not super stable, but it's stable. If you ADS and you keep it on someone, you can potentially empty mag in them, right? It's pretty ultra stable. It's not ultra stable, it's pretty stable now. It has tight grouping. It's pretty accurate now, right? Just for no reason, right? And it's because they tweaked everything, right? I guess technically speaking, this gun is bulletproof, so it has a little bit of barrel rank, right? I guess that would be equivalent to your the other PDWs. I guess it has like just about the same, maybe a little bit, an inch or two more. And yeah, I don't have a problem with that. And I was saying this one. I was saying the Mirror's Leg. I was saying a lot that this was a shotgun, right? It isn't a shotgun. It is a 44 Magnum, right? Those look kind of like shotgun shells though, flying out. I just mistake them for that. I don't know how or why. They just look kind of, you get a glimpse of them, but they are like kind of, they're brass, right? They're not red shells. For some reason, I thought they were red shotgun shells, right? But, yeah. And, you'll see me try to play with this gun a lot in the previous gameplay, and it's like, what gets me is, it's laser straight, right? But the thing is, when you shoot the kick, right? The cycling isn't what's bad. The cycling part isn't what's bad, right? The recoil is what gets me. I wish it was like, I wish it was underbarrel attachment so I can put a angle grip on it, right? It kind of knocked that down a peg. But like the kick, the visual, not the recoil, but the visual recoil is what gets me. And then the fact that I have to cycle, right? It's lever action, so I have to cycle it. It gets me off, and then I have to compensate for the target moving away from where I last shot, and I have to re-aim. And by that time, it takes a second or two, and I've gotten killed, right? That's the point. And yeah, I have a really big problem with that, but that's beside the point. It's probably a million other people that have mastered this gun already and maxed it out in the last 3 days. But what I was going to say is, another thing is the AN81, right? And I pulled up on Battlelog on a separate computer right now, a laptop that I have on my computer stand, and it's given, I'm on Battlelog, I'm under unlocks and weapons, and I click the AN94, right? It is given all the specs for it on what I assume were scales of 100, 0 to 100, right? The performance, right? Not performance, but the actual specs for it. Like the damage and the rate of fire are assumed to be the actual numbers for it, right? The damage is 24, right? And it's actually typical. 22 or 24 is actually 22 is actually not a little bit more than all the other assault rifles, just a little bit, like 2 more. Like they derped everything to 22 for some reason, right? And I'm pretty sure they were all 30 or 25, and I know this for a fact. Scar Ace was like 35 or 40, right? Damage every single shot, right? So the Scar Ace was super powerful. The 7.62, right? And yeah, that's why it's so easy to kill with it. That's why I have 800 kills with it, right? And just team deathmatch, and it's just like, and and it said another thing. It says that 600. It shoots 600 rounds per minute, right? That's the rate of fire, 600 RPM, right? Like that. That's what it is. You see it. This is steady, right? Like just a notch, just a little bit faster, maybe like just 100 RPM faster than that of the M2 machine gun, which shoots 50 caliber BMG, right? Yeah, just a little faster than that. You get the point. It's just like it's a little faster, right? But the problem is, I've been reading forums lately on Battlelog, and people complaining. Someone stated people's complaints and whatnot. Someone stated that this on burst mode, this is actually 1800 RPM, right? And as you can see, fast as you can pull the trigger, right? A little slower for me trying to shoot it. If it was fast, it's not absolutely fast as you can pull the trigger, but it's like, what? No, Dad, I'm recording. Thank you. Interruptions. The point is, it's shooting 1800 RPM, right? And a lot of times it does this because it just let me shoot for full mag, but I'm out of ammo. Well, the point I was trying to make is that when you try to shoot as fast as you can pull the trigger, semi-automatic, and it'll stop, right? And it'll seem as if it's jamming up, and it'll stop and it'll let you resume, right? The reason why it does that is because actually it's trying to keep you within that restricted rate of fire. Like, for example, in Call of Duty, a lot of guns shoot as fast as you can pull the trigger, right? For this, they're restricted, right? And it'll do that, it'll lock up kind of just to keep you within that restricted 1800 RPM, so to speak, right? Which is pretty fast. It's like just about half, give or take 200 rounds per minute, half 200 RPM, just give or take 200 RPM. That's about the typical rate of fire of a minigun, 2,000, 3,000 RPM, right? Which is, when you think about that, it's kind of insane compared to a rotary Gatling gun. Compare this firearm to a rotary Gatling gun with 6 barrels, 5 or 6 barrels. It's crazy, right? But the thing about this is that, and you probably won't have a lot of problems. And normal core, actually you will, because normal core is just like it's always has been, but it's like even worse now. It's like silly, unrealistic movie core. Empty, nothing but people running around emptying mags in each other's directions and rarely ever killing each other, right? It's just ridiculous because now they've derped the assault rifles in particular, the most used weapons in this game, down to 20 damage. And they just made it insane. And then I think it was originally 3 headshots a kill, and now it's 2, and that, I guess it's made it better. I don't know. I don't see much of a difference. I've been getting one-shot headshot all the way across the map with assault rifles and whatnot, particularly this weapon, a lot recently. So, yeah, everybody wants to use these weapons because they're free. I hate doing the challenges, but I think they should have made us do something particularly difficult for this gun, right? So everyone wouldn't be maxing it out and overusing this gun the next month or so, or till next time they release a patch, just because they should have. It's just as ridiculous. This thing is ridiculous. But yeah, it's super powerful. But it's powerful, right? But the thing is that, like, I've seen people run like H bar, right? Heavy barrel, like yeah, heavy barrel H bar, right? Seeing people run H bar with maybe like H bar with a peak ACOG, right? H bar with a 4x scope, angle grip, and a laser sight, and snipe with this thing. Literally snipe with this thing and 2 or 3 shot people all the way across the map because of 2-round bursts, right? And it's like it's very little recoil and it's nearly laser straight when you do this, right? And it's ridiculous, right? And almost I'm absolute no other gun is like this in this game, right? And it's a little bit of a tad of fall off, but you can easily learn how to compensate for that through reflex, right? Through repetition. It's just like it's insane. It's just it's insane, and it makes this game hard to play. Really difficult to play, actually. Another thing is they buffed the shotguns, right? I think shotguns with slugs and or buckshot, I'm sure they did like 60 or 70 damage, right? Which is pretty high. It's shotgun, get over it, right? Shooting buckshot at you, right? Pellets of lead, giant pellets of lead, right? Not giant, but you get the picture. It's deadly, it's lethal. It should kill anything at close range, right? But for the last 2 or 3 patches, what they did, shotguns have been buffed, right? And the point is that you can effectively actually snipe someone in hardcore. I don't play normal core. I don't really care much about normal core. Hardcore is my preference. I'm delighted with hardcore, right? My point is you can effectively actually snipe someone. I'm gonna try to demonstrate this. In hardcore, you can snipe someone in hardcore. It takes 2 shots. Quote me on that. Go out and try this yourself. 2 shots with slugs, with any semi-automatic shotgun. I don't know about pumpers. It might be even more powerful. But I'm gonna look right now. Battle log. Let's use the pause. I'm gonna scroll down to this particular weapon, the M1014. 93 damage. That is 7 damage less than a sniper rifle, right? That's insane. I assume the fall is ridiculous. Like with the distance, I assume the damage derps and decreases quite a bit with range, but that's insane though. The idea that you can snipe people with this thing. You can effectively, it's like it allows every class to be effectively sniped, right? Not just with DMRs. DMRs can reach out to effectively 500 meters, right? That's 1,000 feet, right? No, that's about 2,500 feet actually. It's pretty far away, right? Nearly. I don't know how far a football field is. I'm pretty sure that's 2-3 football fields. I don't know, but the point is, it's ridiculous range, right? For shotgun or for slug, a 50 caliber slug for that matter. It's ridiculous. It's insane, and they made these super powerful. I haven't seen very many people use them, but the 2 or 3 people I have seen use like a Sega with slugs and a hollow sight have raped. They absolutely rape and kill everything. They mow down everything with ease. And it's just ridiculous. It's like a golden ticket. It's just a golden ticket to kill everything. It's just ridiculous. It defies logic. It doesn't defy logic, but you get the picture. It's insane. And you can go on battle log and look this yourself. And a lot of people will complain about this particularly too. I've been complaining about shotguns the whole time. I hate shotguns. I rarely ever use them. Right? This is the only shotgun I have really used quite a bit. Like, there's only 3 shotguns I've actually ever used. The AL-12 was the first one. The 1004, I have 100 kills with this. The Sega, I have 100 kills with that. I have the DBB-12, I have 100 kills with that, right? And it's only like 3 shotguns I use, right? And it's just to max out the class, right? Shotguns class, because I want to max everything out, right? And it's kind of ridiculous. The point I'm trying to make is a lot of these guns are just really powerful for no reason, right? Okay, I'm gonna analyze all the new DLC guns. Alright, analyze the N94, so let's go to the Gryzer 4, right? The Gryzer is just like its counterpart, the Gryzer Run, basically the same thing, but with a muzzle integrated suppressor that can't be removed, and so on, right? Nothing special, right? And without the grip, right? Without the vertical grip. From what I can tell, just right then has a bit of spread, right? That's kind of undesired, but yeah, a bit of spread. It was laser straight just then. It was a bit of spread. The tracers seem as if they're going everywhere, and that's kind of distracting. But yeah, I hate the iron sights once again. But yeah, the tracers seem as if they're going laser straight at first, and that's to be expected, right? They're going laser straight at first. I guess that's fine, but it's just, it's decent, right? It's okay. I haven't seen anybody but 2 or 3 people use this and get quite a few kills with it, right? But the Groza 1, however, it's a Chamber 762, by the way. The Groza 1 it's powerful. It's much more powerful than the Groza 4, right? It's shooting 762, right? It's more powerful. It's way more powerful. It's particularly one of the more powerful. It's like this is kind of matched. This is closer as far as damage wise. I'm gonna look right now. On that log, the Groza 1 damage wise is kind of does 26 damage, right? 725 RPM. It's kind of, I'm assuming it's kind of matched with the A62 CQB, which does 28 damage, right? So the Groza does 2 damage less than the H52, right? It shoots like 75 RPM faster though. It shoots a tad faster, a bit faster actually. So it means it can kill. It can kill faster. It has a higher kill rate. The kill per minute will be higher for you if you use this gun, right? So what I'm saying is all these guns are super powerful compared to how I'm pretty sure this gun was in Battlefield 3, but like the LA5 particularly and the ANA4 are way powerful than they were in Battlefield 3 for no reason. They overdid it, right? It's insane. But a lot of people complain about this, and I have complained about this. Is you can barely hit the broadside of a barn with the L85, the L86. Sorry, this is the light machine gun. They should have at least like gave it a 40 round mag, at least 40 round, 45 round mag, maybe a drum, 50 round drum, maybe a 60 round drum. They should have did that for it at least, like because the RPK. I don't like it's the AK-12 RPK. I forgot what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. It has the casket mag, right? The 60 round casket mag. They should have did it something like that for it, right? It's very. I'm assuming it's hundreds of different high capacity 5.5 magazines that exist with 5.56, right? Or they should at least like gave it like a default unremovable like fast mags, like magazine clip, have 2 mags taped together or something. Just so you can reload just a little bit faster to compensate for it having a lesser magazine capacity. It's just like, I'm going to stand back here. That target is 50 meters away, right? I'm barely hitting it, right? It's just like, it's just, the spread is just so loose. The grouping is just so loose. It's just hard to kill things with this thing, right? I've been point blank with people and I'm not hitting them. Maybe the barrel is through them. Maybe I'm not hitting their hitboxes and whatnot, right? But it's insane, and it makes no sense, right? It's just crazy, right? And I've seen very people actually use this gun really well, right? I've seen like 2 people use this gun really well. I've seen like 40 or 50 people try to use this gun but not kill anything, kill people once or twice, right? I've seen like, I've been in a server and seen people get killed like 50 times in 10 minutes, right? And like maybe like 20 or 30 times in 10 minutes rather with this gun, right? But all by different people, almost all by like 7 or 8 people in QCQ environments, right? And it's just like ridiculous, and it makes it. It's just like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense how it's just inaccurate this gun is for some reason. I have no idea why they decided to make it like that, but they made it like that, right? And all the stuff they're doing in this game and how they're breaking some guns and some gadgets and saying they're trying to fix things, right? And it just seems like they really don't care about this game anymore. It seems like they realized the game was, they tried to fix it, was okay until this patch, right? It was okay, and we were kind of on the road to more improvements and making this game really playable and bringing people back to the Battlefield franchise, right? But it seems like they wanna. It seems as if they wanna drive people away from Battlefield 4 because no one wants to play Hardline because Hardline is just, it's terrible. I predicted it was gonna be terrible. I said it was gonna be terrible. I was telling everyone that, right? And Angry Joe was spot on. He was saying pretty much the same things I was saying, right? I'm not saying he copied me or anything. Of course he didn't because he's like way ahead of me, right? But the point I'm trying to make is like I didn't voice that to the outside world at all. Just people I play this game with. So how could he have copied me? I'm just clarifying, right? The point I'm trying to make is that I was saying this was Hardline was gonna be terrible. It was gonna be just like, it just seems like they're copying Payday 2 at this point, but adding the cops aspect to the robbery theme, right? Cops and robbers theme, right? It seems like a lot of ideas they borrowed from Payday 2, right? And they're just at this point they're like, Battlefield was like a 2 or 3 year franchise. Every 2 or 3 years we would get a new game, right? They're popping. They're trying to pop one out every year to compete with Call of Duty, which they can't. If you want to do it like that, they can. They're two different franchises. You shouldn't really try to compare the two. They're two different things, right? COD is speed and perfection and kill count, and this is team play and coordination, right? On a bigger scale, right? And this is vehicles and soldiers and planes and jets and tanks and jeeps and all this stuff, right? And COD is quick scoping and trick shotting and what are they called? Kill streaks and perks. That's what COD is. It's the difference, right? And that's just insane. How they're trying to kind of compete with them. That's so stupid. And people always want to compare the two, and you can't. It's difficult to do that. You can't really. It's something you can't really do, right? It's two different things, entirely two different things. And what I'm saying is Battlefield was to stick to their field, right? And it seems like Battlefield 3, it was. I don't know. Some people say it was messed up at launch, kind of, but it's perfectly fine now. It's really playable. I'm actually pretty decent at that game, right? Compared to this, where I do good in one match and drastically fail match after match after match, and then randomly do good one time, and then next 5 or 6 matches drastically do terrible and get destroyed by people. It's just like it's weird. It's so weird. It feels like I'm supposed to be really fast. I have my sensitivity on. You can see right now 12, right? It was on 11. And people have their sensitivity ridiculously high a lot of times because they like Call of Duty, or that's their preference, right? And I can't turn quite as fast as you can, so I'll get knifed. I hate knifing, and like in Call of Duty, I think they should. That's one thing I think they should have kept in. Like in Battlefield 3, 2 swipes with a knife was a kill, right? Now you have to knife lock and go into the 4 or 5 second animation and get knife. And by the time you do that, when one of the dude you killed's teammates is behind you, ready to knife you the second and you exit the animation. It's just insane. It's just like something they shouldn't have. The animation is cool and all, but it should be swifter and should be faster than it is. I'm certain that in a life or death combat situation, a Marine or a soldier or a specialized or whoever can do that, can knife someone down and jab a knife in their chest way faster than the knife locking animation is this game. Like, I'm sure of that. And secondly, let's look at the flash grenades. I was kind of affected all the way over here, okay? Those targets are 38 meters away. I want to see how far this will affect me at. No effect at all. 25 meters away. No effect still. Okay. I'm going to redeploy. But the point I'm trying to make is the flash grenades are ridiculously overpowered. They should not have done that. Okay, this is 15 meters away. I don't think I should have been blinded at all. I think the blast radius for those should be a lot smaller, and the flash effect should be reduced a little bit. Okay, point blank, flash grenade. Nothing's wrong. I was standing on top of it, right? But one lands in my face. I'm blind. It's like I'm flying directly into the sun for a good second or two. It seemed to me, it feels like it might feel like it, but it seems longer in multiplayer. When you're playing with people, it seems way longer than that. It seems more like 10 seconds, 5 or 10 seconds of blinded, can't see, just getting killed and knifed and people doing whatever to me, right? They're super powerful for no reason. They're just really, 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 really ridiculously powerful. And like the second day, everyone noticed that, right? And started overusing the heck out of these. It's every corner, flashbang, flashbang, flashbang. Nothing but flashbangs and tracers flying back and forth. And it's like it's so they're so effective now. They're almost too effective. They are too effective. They're so effective now that it's just you can't play like that. You can't perform well in that environment of flashbangs everywhere. Everyone uses them because they're so powerful. People have never touched a flashbang in this game before. I was using them like 8 months ago, right? On the engineer class. That's particularly what I thought the engineer class is best suited with, right? To try to even the odds when I go into urban environments and rooms and whatnot, right? That's what I would use them for. And it's just like ridiculous how they made them so powerful and everyone is using them now. People have given up the grenades or smoke grenades and the flares. And it's even worse when people are popping flares and smoke and flash grenades all at the same time. It just makes the area uninhabitable. It makes you not be able to play in that area. You just have to go to a different area of the map and wait for people to realize the same thing and say, oh, maybe I shouldn't be over here. Maybe I should wait for them to come out. It's just insane the way they kind of overdid that. Another thing, people say they derped the Zuni rockets in the guided. I think they might have took it away. It's something they might have taken away. I don't know what it's called. Let me see. Let me just put my let me get in my attack boat. I don't know why it's a glitch you probably might have noticed. It's another thing, it's a glitch you probably might have noticed. It resets when you go into Gunmaster, it resets all of your gear, right? A lot of people say they dropped the TV guided missile, the laser guide, and they gave us one laser guided for I think the attack planes. What they call it? Let's see, attack jets. One laser guided, right? And people were saying they derped the TV guided as well. They nerfed them. And then a lot of people were saying that they nerfed the Zuni as well. The Hydra and the Zuni. We're going to see about that. Actually, I'm going to see about the jet thing first. Yeah, one at a time instead of two at a time. And you can't, I have to wait for it to recharge. It's actually quite undesirable. Good job messing that one up, Dice. That was a bad idea. Whatever idiot should be, who thought of that should be demoted, right? Whoever on the dev team decided that was a good idea should be demoted or forced to work in like the mail division or like a lame desk job. Like reading complaints or having to sort through all the complaints and hate mail on the blogs all the time, right? They should be forced to do that for the next 10 years. Or at least until they've learned their lesson, right? We're going to see about the Zunis. People are saying that these are really underpowered now. I don't know. But let's see. Ooh. Again, I am not very good with helicopters. Yeah, it is taking a lot just to kill. Okay, it's kind of getting ridiculous. There we go. It took just about 6 or 7. That's kind of ridiculous. People were saying they take, I remember this for a fact, people were saying they take 8 to kill infantry. That's kind of ridiculous once you think about it. Rockets, like what, a 70mm rocket flying at a person, direct hitting them or even exploding near them, it should be like an instant kill. If you put thought to that, it should be an instant kill every single time. Indefinitely. I want to see if they actually blew that up. No, it did not. It drew smoke, though. Close enough, I guess. But, it's like, it's a lot of things they've broken. It just seems as if they're trying to drive fans away into hardline, driving people to hardline, so they pay hardline so they can just drop the next game on top of us while we're still dealing with the BS of it. They can just drop the next yearly messed up, rushed out game on top of us and make us buy it, right? They could. The thing is, they're being corporate. They want money. They only think about profit, is what it seems. Like they could have very, like, instead of like asking for $122 on Steam or wherever you get it for PC, like Angry Joe said this. It costs like, I think like 100. I remember like 120 on Steam for a new copy, a premium edition, right? Or no, a copy with premium, right? Just a standard copy for this current gen, $60 plus $50, 110, right? It's a ridiculous amount of money to dish out for a single game, right? And you're getting all that content, great, right? But a game is rushed out. The game that's not very well made, right? In a game, it just feels like a carbon copy or a replica of Battlefield 4. It feels like an expansion pack. It didn't feel like a new game. And from everything I saw, the beta didn't feel like a new game. And from everything I saw and played and tinkered with, it just seems like they modified a lot of the guns or changed a couple of them out, changed their names, added some new optics and gadgets and gear and features and whatnot, and added the concept of money and called it a new game. This is what seems like it should have been an expansion pack at this point. They could have made an expansion pack for like premium users only, or something you can buy for like 40 or 50 bucks, maybe like 40 bucks or 30 or 40 bucks, $35, maybe like $35, right? People would have bought this. 40 bucks, 30 bucks. They would have bought it. They would have made money. They would have pulled a profit, right? They could have really worked on this, and they could have started doing that. It could have been like as infamous. It could have been as great as Battlefield Vietnam. It could have been something really good, right? But they wanted to make an entire game because they wanted money. They wanted more money, right? And they just like, and I noticed that it was the premium calendar, for example. They extended it, and now I looked in Battlelog recently, and you can check this out for yourself. I looked in Battlelog, and they put it back the way it was, just like the first actual year of release, right? Following October of 2014, I think. No, of 2013, I think. Yeah, following October 2013, the first year of release. It was of the premium calendar, right? They added a year and didn't post any content. They didn't post a list of any content they said they were going to release, and then they took that year away, right? Like they changed their mind. Oh, that would be too much work to release new content, new gear, new gadgets, and new maps, packs, and guns for Battlefield 4. We want to work on hardline, right? And we want to bring people to hardline. I guess that's what they decided upon. I guess that's what the CEOs and PR and whatever are, or corporate decided upon, right? It's just ridiculous. Whatever division makes those kind of decisions, I guess that's what they decided upon. That's what they thought would be good for their franchise, right? And it's insane. It makes no sense. It's just like, it didn't have to be done that way, and it could have been better. It seems like they're driving people away from the franchise. It seems like they want to kill it dead, so and pray that people kill Battlefield dead, so they don't have to make any more games, and pray people go to Battlefront, and they'll make Star Wars Battlefront a big series, like Battlefield once was in their mind's eye. And it's just like it's like It's several things they could have done, and several things I wish for. I wish for more DMRs, right? Just more than these. Just wait, what are these? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. 8. We just got 8 DMRs, right? And we have how many shotguns do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 13 carbines. We got, I'm saying, like 12 MGs. We got plenty of everything else, right? But DMRs. And it couldn't hurt to add more pistols. Who doesn't love secondaries, right? I would like the actual handgun. Like it could. I'm not an expert on Glocks or anything, but it's several Glocks they could have added. It's kits like you can get. I know you can get 50 caliber kits. A slide, like a slide with a guide rod and a barrel and whatnot, right? A whole entire slide kit for a Glock. I think it's a Glock 19 or a Glock 17. They're upgraded to be able to shoot 50 cal, right? Maybe they could have added that, right? Just like all you would have to do is like rescan the Glock 18, take the switch off, make the slide silver, put whatever brand name, the company's logo that does that on the side, and they restrict the magazine capacity to 8, 7 or 8 rounds, and then call it 50 cal, and then change it, say it's 50 cal, make the shells, stretch the shells out, and make them a little bigger. It wouldn't be something ridiculously hard. I know nothing about programming and skins and whatnot and graphics and whatnot, but it doesn't seem like something that would be that ridiculously hard. They couldn't do it in a month or two. And like it's a lot of models of Glock, right? It's a Glock to shoot 40 cal, it's a Glock to shoot 9 mil, it's a Glock to shoot everything, right? You can get a conversion kit. You can buy a Glock that fires that round or that cartridge, or you can buy a conversion kit for that cartridge, a barrel and a slide or whatever. Right? The point is, it can be done. It seems like it's a million great pistols they could have added, right? I would like to see the M1910, like 38 Super, right? It's like a million handguns they could have added that would have been perfectly fine that people could use and we could see on pistols only servers, right? And I would have liked to see Attack 45, FNP, right? It's just like a million things they could have added. It's a million PDWs they could have added. They could have added MP5 chambered in 10 mil or a 9mm, whatever. It doesn't matter. People love the MP5. I love the MP5. It's the cool gun, right? It could have added the G3 in here. People love the G3. Like, it's a cool gun. It's a cool heck and cotch gun, right? It's a million firearms they can add. It's a million things they can add, right? It's a million things they can do. Make this better, right? And a couple patches ago, I don't see why they didn't realize it. Like the gun, every patch, if you haven't noticed already, you should have. You're stupid if you haven't, right? Like every I don't know about next gen, but for current gen, every patch they buff the guns, they derp some attachments, like muzzle attachments and whatnot, and grip attachments. They derp weapon attachments, right? They derp them, weapon attachment, they derp some of everything, particularly the guns. They change the guns' logistics, they change the guns' stats. Every single patch, they change all the guns. Almost all of them or all of them. Most of them or all of them. They change them, they do something to them, right? Mostly for the worse, right? And it just seems like they want to please everybody. You can't please everybody. You just make everything manageable, right? It was manageable a patch ago. It was decent a patch ago. Everything was pretty good a patch ago. But it seems like they wanted to please people that like the shotguns and please people that like they hate the sniper rifles, and make the carbines all powerful again by making the grouping better, making them more stable and whatnot, right? And making them more accurate, right? Like it's just ridiculous. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary, and it seems like they're trying to please everyone, or they're trying to, and either they're trying to please everyone or they're trying to drive everyone away from this franchise. It's one or the other, maybe a little bit of both. It's just insane. It should have never been like this. This could have been a really, 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 really great game, right? It could be a money-making thing, right? It's a lot of features that should have been in this Battlefield. The money-making points and features to the game that they shouldn't have left out. Like, I don't know what it's called, but like the squads in Battlefield 3, you can talk to someone in the main menu, right? And you can ask your friends what they want to play and whatnot, right? It was good. It was great to communicate, right? They took that away, and now we're just like, we're brick, and we have to send text messages and go out of our way to talk and communicate and ask, what do you guys want to play, right? It's unnecessary, right? It should have been in there by default. It should have been in the beta. It's just like it's as if we're still playing in the beta. That is insane. Just the idea of that. It's as if they don't want to make money anymore. It's just this game is just it should have been such a great game, and it's kind of sad to see that a great franchise like Battlefields, like Bad Company 2, won me over. I was playing Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 back then, right? And I played Bad Company 1, and it was like, oh, it's Bad Company 2? That's good. That's even better. That's twice as awesome, probably. I played that and never wanted to play COD again. It's just like, that's why I'm so bad now. It's just insane how they allowed such a money-making, profitable franchise of theirs to go downhill. Like, it seems like the whole point of doing this is money. The whole point of making games is money and entertain people. It's a form of entertainment, a form of profit, right? It seems like they don't want to make money. It seems like they don't care anymore, or they got people working for them too lazy to actually. Just, it seems like they got people working for them too lazy to actually put the time in and work. And it's sad. It's just really, really sad. It's, you know, waste. Like, now I think of it, I haven't seen what the explosive shells were like. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're not as bad. This is weird, okay? Wow. This is just... Why, DICE? Why? Okay, this one is just... White hot? Yeah, white hot. Weird. I don't like that at all. It's just... Okay, whatever. They do what they want. But it just seems like... It didn't seem like they want to make money more, is what I'm saying. It's just like, how can you ruin something that easily? It's sad to see that. Annoying flashbangs again. Like, these aren't comparing, I hate to say it, but these aren't comparing to the ones in multiplayer. The way the flashbangs are in multiplayer, it can be 10 feet away from you. At the corner of your eye, it will blind you. It will be like you looked at the sun for a good 6 hours. It will be deafeningly blind, like driving you mad blind. It's like, it's unnecessarily blind is the point. Exaggerated, crazy blind. Like you're an astronaut and you just decided to take off your helmet and stare at the sun. It's just like... It's insanely bright, and it's unnecessarily bright. It's just this one example of the things they broke kind of unnecessarily. It's just, it's sad. There's nothing we can do, but it's nothing really we can do. We try to tell them. We all go on the forums and scream, try to voice our voices, put our voices out there and voice our opinion. And scream, hey, this game is broken, there's a problem with this game, nobody's gonna play your game if it's messed up like this, right? But they won't listen, right? So the only thing we can really do at this point, fellow Battlefield fans, is not buy their products anymore, not buy their games, not buy premium, or better yet, not buy their games at all. That's the only thing we can do. We stop giving them our money, they'll be forced to do as we say, and give us what we want, a quality game. That's the only real solution. It's the only real solution. It's sad that we kind of have to resort to that. It's just ridiculous. It shouldn't have ever gotten to this point. They should have realized they were kind of messing up, and the game was rushed out of something wrong. And when we told them that, when we started complaining, they should have been able to fix that and keep making money, right? To the extent that they were originally. And it's just kind of, it's sad and unnecessary. That they fixed that actually. The TV is just a little bit more maneuverable than it was. I agree with that, but it's sad, and I can't stress that enough. How sad that really, 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 really is. It's a pity. It really is. It's a shame. I guess this has been Matrix My Deuce. Stop giving Battlefield our money. That's all I got to say.